Good morning. Welcome back. Congratulations on making it to meditation. Let's see. Let's start with an affirmation. I have kind of a disparate collection of inspiration this morning. So here we go. The affirmation, the theme that jumped out to me this morning is generosity. So here is the reading from affirmations. Most people think of generosity as merely giving the material benefits to others. More importantly, however, and much more satisfying is a generous spirit, a willingness to let the other person shine, even if it means being eclipsed oneself, a happiness in his good fortune, even if it means personal loss for oneself, a concern for his safety, even if in accident one's own property has been destroyed. Generosity means, above all, recognizing that everything we have and are belongs to God alone and is His to dispose of where He will. The affirmation is, I am happy in the good fortune of all, even more than in my own, for in my happiness for them lies inner freedom. And the prayer, all that I have and am is thine. Divine Mother, dispose of it as thou wilt. I thought this was a good theme at this time, as things are challenging outwardly, and when things get challenging outwardly, our human nature, our ego tends to want to hold on, make sure we get ours first, when tests come to us, what we want to do is raise our energy to meet them instead of kind of letting them steamroller over us and then taking a long time to finally recover and get our momentum going. But if things come, if we can rise and meet that, then we end up it's like we absorb the energy of the test too and can carry through beyond. So it's much easier said than done. But as things are challenging outwardly, in all the different ways I don't need to get into, I just thought if we notice that sense of contraction within ourselves, if we can powerfully, joyfully choose the higher option, generosity, for example, we can choose to be expansive and to see ourselves as a channel for energy moving out in blessing to others, then that's a really powerful way to meet that wave, that test. So whether it's right now or at any point in your life, it's good. And I like to do that too, to feel if I'm feeling a challenge and I feel my emotional response is one thing, I'll try to think of what's the opposite spiritual quality, what's the higher opposing force that can meet and overcome and transmute that experience. So there we go. And with that, all that being said, let's sit up and find our asana of meditation. Bring our awareness, bring our mind, bring our body, our spirit, our soul, our emotions, our energy into alignment, into this present moment in preparation for meditation. We're moving towards feeling ourselves anchored, centered in the divine, centered inwardly, but our connection with the outward is sharing blessings, sharing light, sharing love and upliftment. Not just losing energy through our senses, going out, not pulling in for ourselves either. So that's the way. So let's sit upright. checking the posture, sitting on your cushion or chair, the legs relaxed if you can, and finding a way, we want to find a way that our pelvis can sit kind of tipped forward, helps to keep our spine long. If our pelvis is flat or rolled back like this, which is the tendency if we just sit flat on a chair, then our lower back curves away and we start to tend to slump. So in case you haven't gotten that little tidbit before, there you go. So like I have to put a cushion up on the back of my chair so my seat is kind of sloped down towards the front, and then my pelvis sits like that, and then my lower back, my spine can stack on top of it. So bringing the palms upturned at the thighs, drawing the abdomen in. Let's roll those shoulders, awakening the energy around the heart center, also in the lungs. We'll be breathing, using our consciousness in that area, and allowing the shoulders to drop down in the back, finding that balance between maintaining your poise, your posture, and also relaxing as much as possible, softening the muscles, softening the intention, softening the energy. So there's no like hard focus, hard tension in your body. And tucking the chin, lengthening through the back of the neck. So the whole spine is gently lifted up, naturally drawing your gaze up the spine to the point between the eyebrows. And from this asana now, let's pray. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, friend, beloved God, great masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Paramahansa Yogananda, saints of all religions, dearest friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda, we joyfully and humbly bow at your holy feet. Divine Mother, blessed Masters, guide us and bless us in this meditation. Help us to attune our energies to your consciousness. Help us to open ourselves, open our lives as channels for your love, upliftment, and blessings in everything we do. And most of all, help us to be aware of you in every moment. Help us to feel your presence, to see your holy light, to feel your love blossoming in our hearts. Om Shanti. Amen. And this whispers reading it just kept coming to me, so we'll do this one. Make me silent that I may eloquently converse with thee. Wandering through forests of incessant searching, I arrived at the mystery door which conceals thy presence. I knocked loudly on this door of silence with persistent blows of faith. At last the door opened and I beheld thee, resting on thy altar of glorious visions. I stood with restless gaze, waiting for thee to speak. Thy creation-making voice was inaudible. At last a deep stillness stole upon me and taught me in whispers the language of angels. With the lisping voice of my newborn freedom I tried to speak. Suddenly the lights in thy temple wrote brilliantly in letters of light. In my little chamber of quietness I am ever at rest. I never speak now but with the voice of silence. Through my silence, O divine lover, converse thou eloquently with me. And this chant, I thought to do this chant, Lord, when in darkness. It's sometimes people describe it as melancholy or sad, and I can see how it has that kind of somber, melancholy tone in a way, but I also feel behind it there's this deep, powerful joy, and that's what I try to tune into. And I feel like this is again like meeting life's tests. It's this really powerful affirmation that if we're feeling at a low point, if we can tune into this quality of energy, this affirmation that, even when in darkness, I'll always follow thee. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. So let's tune into that joy, that eternal joy that's always there, even in the darkness, even in difficult times. Let's remember it. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. If I grieve or lose my way, Lord, only thou canst comfort me. If I grieve or lose my way, Lord, only thou canst comfort me. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. Lord, when in darkness, Lord, in confusion, always I'll follow thee. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. If I grieve or lose my way, only thou canst comfort me. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. All I live for is to love thee, my eternal friend. Feeling the joyful affirmation. All the good things in life, all the difficult things, they come for our awakening. The pole star of God's love is what guides us through all of it. May our awareness be ever on that eternal light, on our eternal friend, who's just behind our thoughts, hidden in our feelings, silently whispering in our minds. Let's do our breathing exercises. Even count breathing on your own or with me. Exhaling completely. Inhaling. Holding. Exhaling. Inhaling. Holding. Exhaling. Inhaling. Holding. Exhaling. Inhaling with the double breath. Tensing the body. Bringing vitality to every cell of your body. Throwing the breath out. Relaxing completely. Back inward and upward. Again, tensing. Drawing in that breath. Drawing in awakening. Relaxing up to the point between the eyebrows. One more time. Tensing with more energy, more joy. Throwing the breath out. Relaxing completely. Let's just recheck the posture. Sitting upright, the long spine. And taking one more long breath in through the nose. Drawing it deep into the abdomen. And throwing the breath out. Relaxing. Relaxing the body completely. Allowing the breath to flow now. Allowing your awareness to settle up at the point between the eyebrows. This is the doorway of silence. The doorway to our eternal friend. Feel that your breath is flowing in and out through that doorway, through that opening. And if you can feel your breath there, you'll start to feel that it's your subtle breath that's actually flowing in and out through that point. If you'd like to draw on one of the qualities that I touched on, whether that feeling of generosity, the power of silence, or any other channel through which you feel the presence of God, feel that that consciousness is coming from God to you through the point between the eyebrows, that it fills your being. And that you offer all of your energy back up through that point between the eyebrows, offering it back into the divine. And what does God do? God offers back pure crystal light flowing into our being. Like the breath becomes like a divine seesaw with God, with your eternal friend. If you'd like to use a mantra, you can try using I am with the inhalation, blessed with the exhalation. And let our awareness become absorbed into this mantra, into this feeling, this consciousness. For just a few minutes, let's allow our awareness to get deep. Letting go of the effort of concentration now. feeling yourself in this awakened state. Feeling for the presence of the divine, however you experience that presence. Feeling it being absorbed into your reality on every level. That this is you becoming your true self, awakening in light. Going deeper into the silence for a few more breaths. And now bringing into this awareness, this reality, all those in need of healing, of body, mind, or soul. Seeing them also resonating with deep peace, with eternal light. Visualizing them with the light of God flowing through their being, shining through any darkness. Seeing them all radiant and whole. And let's include anywhere in the world where there's difficulty, suffering, all those souls who are yearning for a deeper experience, yearning for truth. Let's send them our love and blessings. Divine Mother, Thou art omnipresent. Thou art in all these thy children. Manifest thy healing presence in these bodies, minds, and souls. Om Shanti. Amen. Thank you for joining me. I hope you can dwell in this awareness, this consciousness throughout the week, and see you next week.